puta que tienes en ti escondida. Hoy vamos a repetir lo de anoche. Tú el que ama en el boss, el Gabbana, es lo que se va quemando este boche. Tú estás rico, así, pero si quiero operarte, tú sabes que aquí sobre el...
You're making a radio.
You think you tough?
Oh, just because somebody don't retaliate don't mean they'll whatever you said.
That pussy thing.
No, they don't.
Yes, it is.
They just don't want no. So if a man run up and hit a man and the other man don't hit him back, that means he's.
Hell yeah.
Why
You got to fight back.
Okay, how come he just
Fuck
say
that thing about Martin Luther King?
no?
Beat that motherfucking ass.
No.
That
What
shows
about
that you not only aggressive, but you protecting your rights.
no? But what if they just being a bigger man and just walk?
Bigger man, my ass. I don't go for the bigger man shit. You got the wrong motherfucker. I said it. Now take me off of tic-tac or be back or whatever the fuck it is. Or rip rack. I don't even know what y'all talking about.
Yo, for the most newest music, the best music from the old school music to today, catering to the independents, hittinghardradio.com. Radio you can watch, the pulse of the city.
What you doing still in bed, man? Yo, you need to punch in for that Morning Shift MKE with Sayer, right here on hittinghardradio.com, exclusively from 10 to 2 p.m. Check it out, man. You're missing out.
The Morning Shift MKE, uncut, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on hittinghardradio.com. Real topics, real news you can use, you dig? You can also catch us at the Pulse of the City page on Meta or Facebook or hittinghardradio.com.
Pitch Control.
The Morning Shift MKE uncut on hittinghardradio.com.
Assalamualaikum. I am Sister Rebecca.
Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to the Milwaukee Islamic Dawah Center.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Yamin Talib Muhammad.
My name is Doris White. I've been with the Dawah Center for about 15 years. Okay. Yogurt.
Since 2017, our food pantry program continues to reach to thousands of families and individuals. In 2021, we distributed over 1 million pounds of food and impacted over 100,000 individuals.
We've been serving our community for years with our pantry.
We have a pantry here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, about 9:30, 10 o'clock.
We were awarded a $30,000 grant to purchase a 27-foot truck, as you see here, 27-footer, as well as a 17-footer over here that we use to provide food services throughout the city of Milwaukee County. With the help of Allah and a great team of volunteers, our pantry continues to combat food insecurity in our community.
Everybody like it. They love it. And not only like it, they love it. A lot of the same people, a lot of new people. And we see a lot of new people when we are on Hampton. That's when we see a lot of new people, but mostly the same people here. Every third Wednesday of the month, they give a big giveaway. We even give twice as what you see today.
The donations that you have given and continue to give us fuel the work that we do. And we can't say thank you enough. Assalamualaikum.
May Allah reward you and your families for your continued support in this life at the next. Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Mubarak.
Top of the morning to you. And I just want to let somebody know out there right now that it's already in you. See, you're looking at a lot of things on the outside. You're looking at your education. You're looking at how you look. Now it's go time. Let's go.
Welcome to the Morning Shift MKE. Let me get the right camera view. How y'all doing this morning? Good morning, Grand Risings. All the things you say to the folks you rock with in the morning, man. Y'all clocked in, hittinghardradio.com. Welcome. How y'all doing this morning? Did y'all miss me? I was gone for a few days. I was here, but I was gone. The City Boys had got me last week, y'all. Yep, y'all heard it right. The City Boys. No, not the Kid Boys, but the City Boys. The City Boys had got me. The City Toe Lock. Yeah, the City Toe Lock got me, y'all. They had got me like Thursday. So I had to go through some things and get the vehicle back. Come out some money and all that. Y'all know how much I hate to spend money. But I got the vehicle back now, so we all good. And we can get back to it, man. I missed y'all Thursday. We got to reschedule Brother Rick Alim Muhammad from the Rand Report. We got to reschedule his interview, bring him back, because that was the day when the vehicle got towed. So I didn't make it in that day because I had to rip and run and deal with getting the vehicle back. So, yeah, we going to get that interview rescheduled. We also, let me see, on the 15th, I believe. I ain't got it pulled up in front of me yet. My computer over here still warming up. It act like an old Buick. It got to warm up. But, yeah, we got an interview with Rox and is it Your Move MKE, the name of their agency or whatnot? They got a nonprofit. They doing some things, helping the youth and all that. So we're gonna host a car wash fundraiser right here, man, in the rear of Hidden Hard Studios, man, 729 West Historic Mitchell Avenue. Or Mitchell Boulevard, Mitchell Street, whatever. It ain't but one of them that I know about, so y'all know what I'm saying. But I'll get that flyer posted. You can always check on the Pulse of the City's Facebook page or hittinghardradio.com website to view all the flyers for up-and-coming events or anything we pushing and promoting. Be sure to go visit and bookmark the website. Fill out for the newsletter so you can get updates and all that. And we'll make it all happen for you. I'm just patiently waiting on my guest to arrive. She en route. The lovely Miss Tillette. So yeah, while we waiting on her, let me give you a little news you can use. Okay, where the volume at for that there? Oh, you better we might got an issue. Let me see.
Death.
There we go.
Depression, divorce, debt, devastation, deadbeat, despair. There is a black male mental health struggle. I became a therapist in therapy. The unsustainability of black male trauma, black male rage, black male resentment is a real thing, an unsustainable thing. So what's the struggle? 1 in 4 psychologists are black. And when I say black, I mean that includes black men and black women. According to the American Psychological Association, 4% psychologists worldwide, in this country, are black. For every 100,000 black Americans, only 1 black psychiatrist. 7% of black men received any form of mental health services in the last couple years. Right? Black youth, particularly black boys, are introduced with the struggle of mental health at a very early age. It's treated in elementary school by suspensions or special education referrals. What's the black struggle? That's it. The inadequacy of practitioners who look like black men, who have a unique experience with mental health. Right? What does that mean for all of us? The current mental health industry does not sustain black male trauma, black male rage, black male resentment, which means we have to look at the factors that are uniquely attributed to black males in this country. What makes me qualified to talk about black male mental health struggle? Well, beyond the obvious of being a black male, I crashed in 2008, the year the mortgage industry crashed, the real estate market, right? That same year, my mother informed me she had stage 4 cancer. In 2009, I became a father for the 4th time. But this time was unique because the child was already 21 years old, which means right before my 17th birthday, I had a child. In 2010, my mother ended up passing away from cancer. I moved her from Chicago to Georgia before the diagnosis to live out her golden years under the sun of the South, to work with me and for me. She ended up passing. In 2011, I went to what I now label as a very eventful divorce. I lost everything. I walked away from everything. I lost my family, my spouse at the time away from the children, assets, things of that nature. In 2012, I experienced my very first panic attack. I found myself in the middle of a public park here in Atlanta, lying on my back, crying profusely for what seems like hours. In 2013, I had my second panic attack. This one was different. This one, I was with the partner at the time, and she said that she overheard me saying some things that were troubling. Later on that day, I had a special event I needed to be at. My friend at the time took me to the local emergency room because as black males, that is how we address our mental health struggles, right? When it really gets to a point, we have to see someone at the local hospital emergency room. So, of course, they kept me 72 hours, suicide watch. I missed the court date. My partner at the time took the signed medical excuse to court at the time that I was supposed to report. The judge refused it, subsequently generating a bench warrant, and I eventually had to address that. That same year, 2013, my father passed, just when we were attempting to repair a 40-plus year fragmented, fragile, broken relationship. He passed. Went to Chicago, did the mourning, came back to Atlanta. 2 days after mourning my dad's death, I was pulled over by local law enforcement. I had to settle that warrant from a few months earlier. So for the next 57 days, I sat in a jail cell, in a jumpsuit, grieving what I thought initially was only my father's death. What I now know was all of the stressors, the losses, the trauma, the rage, the resentment I had since I crashed the same year the mortgage and real estate market crashed. So during that time, I went to 5 different therapists. Now, I wasn't shy.
All right, y'all. As you can see, my guest has arrived. What's the word? Back from your
vacation.
mini vacation?
Yes. It was too short.
Yeah.
Too short. I guess I wanted to come here today to kind of speak on what's happening in the crypto bear market right now. There are a lot of liquidations and bankruptcies happening, which is causing people's digital assets to be held. So it's like a lot of suspension of withdrawals we see happening. And like I've stated before, I've always been big on decentralization. What happens is when you go to these centralized platforms, just to give you an example, Coinbase is a centralized platform. I know we see that advertised, everywhere, but what happens is, Coinbase, because it's centralized, they have the authority to hold your digital assets.
So they holding folks crypto right now?
Yeah. Well,
everybody or just
not
some
everybody.
people?
No, not if you're choosing to hold. If you're choosing to allow centralized platforms to hold your digital assets, you have to understand that at that point you don't actually own them. Because you're giving somebody else to control. The assets should go in a cold storage wallet. When they say not your keys, not your crypto, if you don't hold that wallet, if you don't own and control that wallet that holds your digital assets, you don't own those digital assets. So whoever you are giving the opportunity to hold it for you, you're giving them the right to do what they please. So if they want to suspend withdrawals and say, well, you can't, withdraw, your digital assets, what are you going to do? Right. There's really nothing you can do about it, but be more mindful of where you're placing these things. Now, I feel like there's going to be pros and cons with both centralized platforms and then decentralized platforms. With the decentralized platforms, you do run the risk of those.
Right quick, give them for the people just tuning in or haven't been following. Mm-hmm. Give them what what you said, centralized and decentralized platforms.
So in the world of blockchain, there's 2 sides to it. There's centralized platforms, which means there is a central control. There's a hierarchy where somebody controls it. Decentralized meaning there is no central authority. There is no control. The people have the control. So I've always been an advocate of decentralization. That's once you actually understand why Bitcoin came into place in the first place, if you understand the underlying technology, decentralization, the whole thought of it makes perfect sense. It cuts the middle people out and it leaves the control to the people, that's how it's supposed to be. So, there's always going to be some negatives with that as well, though, with the decentralized platforms. You do run the risk of those platforms being hacked, which we have seen. I don't tell people where to place their digital assets. I say the best place to place them is a cold storage wallet. And if you're not going to do that, then good luck to you, I really don't know what else to tell you at that point, because the cold storage wallet is offline. So your digital assets will be secure offline as long as you hold the keys.
Yeah, we had a guy used to be around the station, and he got off into that like years back before people really caught on. Mm-hmm. So his wallet got big, you know what I mean? But he forgot his code. So he got a whole lot of money out there.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard this story. I've heard this story with different people, different scenarios. It don't matter which type of way. Somebody done always lost them 12 words. Now it's like, oh, geez.
Because I guess he got incarcerated for a little while, came back. All the stuff that he had was gone, or whatever happens when you get locked up and people holding your stuff. So, yeah. He holding on. if they ever invent a way.
I mean, that would take away from the point of it being decentralized. So, I always say this. When you are creating your wallet, I don't care if it seems like a hassle. If you want to control and own your digital assets, you need to write the 12 to 25 words that are given to you. Not once, twice. Don't ever record, screenshot, or take a picture. Do anything digital with those words, ever. A pen and paper are going to be your best friends. Make sure you triple check your words before you move on to the next step, which you've confirmed you've backed up the words. Always triple check, always. I'm telling you, because if you get one word wrong, you locked out, and there is no
it ain't like your cell phone where you gotta wait 30 seconds to try again.
No, this is not. And it's because you are in control. You are the custodian.
Speaking of that, like, let's say for instance you trying to check your wallet or whatnot, and you just left the box or you're a little drunk, and you type it in wrong a few times. Do it lock? Like some failed attempts?
You're just not gonna get in.
You know how some things you gotta put your password in.
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah.
And if you do it too many times wrong, they lock it, and you have to call customer service.
Oh yeah, no, there is no, and that's the thing. That's what I was just about to get ready to say. There is no customer service for you to call. Yeah. This is decentralization. Now, if you have a wallet that is centralized, or that is not a non-custodial wallet, then yes, then you have someone who you can, contact. But outside of that, once it's decentralized, no, you have nobody you can contact to go and get that. It is up to you, and you have to be responsible. You can write anything else down that's not important. Right. So this shouldn't be any different, and you store it in a place that only you or your second designated person that it would be the same as. I'll say the only time you share that word is like with a spouse or some person that that you would designate.
I ain't sharing nothing with no spouse.
Somebody that you would know that you would designate as a beneficiary on your life insurance, things of that nature. So the beneficiaries who that you were already going to place on your will or something, or your trust, those would be the same people who should know, just in case anything ever happened to you, where, any of those things would be.
And the way the world's set up now, when people depressed, you better have the right spouse. Go come home for work, her and your virtual world gonna be gone. You gonna come home to an empty house and an empty VR. How you empty out the virtual house?
Well, if he still has the keys, then nah.
Man, hey, they'll never ask women nothing when they call them to change the locks. They just change them. The man called for a locksmith. He got to prove he lived there, all kind of stuff. Let me stop messing with y'all, but y'all know I ain't lying.
So to the people who are experiencing the suspensions of withdrawals, my heart goes out to y'all.
So that's what's going on. It's been a suspension of withdrawals, cause like my brother Ram. So I'm related to my brother Ram. He called me up one day like, it's crashing. I told you.
It's called a cycle.
Yeah,
it happens with every market.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know. I ain't heard.
I can't say it's crashed. I won't speak irresponsibly like that. Anytime, it's a lot of stuff that I think people misspeak about. So of course, me being speaking to the public, I do have to be mindful of what I'm saying. But I wouldn't use those terms, crashing. If you actually study technical analysis of the charts, you see in every single market, there's cycles. It's that simple. There's cycles. So I would urge everybody, if you want to know and be more familiar with the cycle, use technical analysis followed by fundamental analysis of the charts to see and forecast these things. This is nothing spooky, and please get all that out your brain and just learn this stuff the proper way. But technical analysis, that's going to be the biggest thing.
Okay.
And you can, if you want to get started, you can create an account at TradingView, which I think is free. They do have a paid version, but that's if you need like different types of indicators and stuff on your charts. But you can download also the MT4 Trader app, which is completely free. You can start off with a demo. If you don't want to use your own money first, start off with a demo. Start learning the charts, learning the different signals, the different candlesticks. Get familiar with it.
Candlesticks? What's that there?
That's what you're going to be looking at when you see the charts.
Well, that's what it's called, a candlestick.
Well, the candlesticks are the measurements of pretty much price action.
Okay.
So, yeah, just following these things, it'll give a person like the basic, education, and just keep them aware of like what's really going on in the market. But again, everything happens in cycles. We've seen similar cycles. Once you see stuff, tanking right now, but at some point we do understand, depending on what it is. It'll have its cycle where it comes back
I'm
up.
sitting here looking at I got the little Cash App or whatever.
Mm-hmm. That is not a chart out.
No, I'm just happen to just open it up because I was trying to see if I had lunch money in there.
Oh, so ain't nobody gonna send cuz no lunch money? Look, he get on here every day faithfully. Y'all ain't send him nothing. Y'all ain't gonna buy him a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta show some love.
They want me to go out and steal. No, I was looking at those. I don't be knowing what's going on, but for some reason, that be those little boosters. I got $15 in Bitcoin on my Cash App.
Okay.
So now I gotta find somebody who take Bitcoin for lunch.
Listen, somebody out there do. Somebody.
It looked like it got a way you can convert it and transfer it over to cash or something. I was looking at
yeah, you could just Cash App.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I ain't too much worried about it.
But outside of that, y'all, if you're in the crypto world, please stop clicking on links. I'm so tired of telling y'all that.
And I don't even click on links no more at
like
all.
everybody, like you don't even have to be in the crypto world. Just please stop clicking on random links. Listen, even if it's somebody that you know, because this is how they get people. They attack people that you know and then come inbox you, right?
Yeah.
Listen, my husband sent me a link and he didn't give me a warning. So I had to call him like, what is this that you just sent me? Did you actually? He like, yeah, I sent you that. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, you cannot be doing that.
I've been getting these inboxes like, look, wow, I found a picture of you. And they want you to hit the link. And I'm like, well, why you just didn't send me the damn picture?
I told you, 2 weeks ago, they getting very, very smart. You could tell too. You can tell like how seasoned the scammer is by the approach they choose to take. If they contacting you about Bitcoin mining, so they got an older mindset. If they contacting you posing as somebody else for stuff that they know that you're interested in, that's when you're dealing with somebody who's a little bit smart. But they're doing posing as recruiters and stuff for jobs for artists and stuff. So y'all got to really be careful. Even just the regular folk who don't deal in crypto, when y'all are applying for these jobs, please make sure like these companies actually exist. Like I had a whole friend and I had to. I guess her antennas didn't go off that something was wrong, but some man was trying to contact her claiming he was a model agency and was offering to pay for the trip for her to leave out of the country and all of this. And she was making plans. And I'm like, have you, what's this company? And she gave me the information and I looked it up and I'm like, sis, this company don't exist. I'm like, who? I'm like, no, stop talking to whoever you talking to. Stop talking to them now. Don't give them any more of your information.
It's funny you mentioned that scenario because I was listening to something earlier today and I found out that there's very, very few cruise ships that fly the American flag. And not knowing, you wouldn't think nothing of it, but that actually means a lot. Because depending on the flag float on that cruise ship, those are the laws.
The jurisdiction.
The jurisdiction you under. Then they said, another thing they said was that in all the years of these cruise ships, there's never been an arrest for a rape or a sexual assault. And they said they find it hard to believe that nothing like that has happened on these cruises.
Right.
But it's due to the laws
The
of
jurisdictions, the confliction of
law.
jurisdictions. Yeah.
I never knew that. And with that being said, I ain't getting on nobody's damn boat. The last boat with an American flag chained our ass up. I ain't getting on that one either.
Well, y'all gotta be careful. Like, it's all type of weird stuff.
I ain't getting on a fishing boat.
I mean, just be wary of people coming up to you trying to offer you stuff, you know, saying that they from stuff. Make sure y'all verifying who these people are. I'm telling you, because people can make, with the way technology works now, even people online who you think are real, you need to see a couple pictures of them, or you need to see them live in action or something, because the way the AI is set up now, I mean, some of these people y'all be talking to and communicating online are not real people.
Yeah.
And it's going to come into it.
Like some little boy named Patui in the rainforest at a Catholic school. You ain't never seen the pictures on Facebook? Well, you ain't on there, but like on Facebook, I be getting all these weird ass friend requests, and it'll say a female. But then
my gosh!
You go, it be like a name like Patui, and you click on it, and it shows some people in the middle of the jungle in Catholic uniforms. I don't have no. I'm not picking on the Catholics. I have no idea what that's about. That's just my observation. So yeah, don't fuck with Patui.
Just any random people that you see that you do not know. I'm telling you, AI is very advanced these days, and people who you think are real people, I'm telling you, sometimes those are not real people. Remember the rapper I showed you, the AI rapper?
Yeah.
I mean, listen. Listen,
I forgot about Buddy. I need that video so I can play it.
Is MK Mecca, I think?
I'm about to look you up.
MK Mecca? Yeah. But not only just rappers, they have, just people posing as regular old folk, and they're not real. They have some...
so when they get caught, who go to jail? The AI or the person that programmed?
See, and the thing is,
they got a virtual
the
jail.
law around technology is forever changing, and it's because technology is forever changing. That's a good question, because it's like, it depends on what was inputted within the AI. I don't know. It's interesting because we are the ones who feed AI.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like if we want to create a reality we want, then it needs to be more people who are mentally sane, and I would just say just more righteous to be in these positions of power, who are, the actual ones conducting and, dominating in this field. When you have people who have some psychological issues, who, are smart as can be, but they in this field and they want to play God, those people need to be removed.
Definitely.
But outside of that, I mean, it's not as scary as people think. It's just when you're not, again, in the position of having dominance in that field, of course you're susceptible to a lot of things. So we have an open market where a lot of us, if we want to join tech and create some type of dominance in this space, we have the opportunity right now to do so. Nobody's stopping us. Nobody.
All right. Let's jump off tech for a second. We got a few minutes before I got to get to the music. Big case overturned. All media outlets going crazy about it. People protesting.
Mm-hmm.
What's it? I done forgot the damn stat. What is it?
Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What you think about that there?
Nothing the United States does surprise me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start there. Especially when you understand its history since the foundation. Not one thing they do surprise me. So when it happened, I'm just like, okay. So when it happened, I understood that what the Supreme Court is doing is allowing the 50 states to decide what they want to do. And that's what's happening. So it's up to the 50 individual states to decide how they want to actually proceed with the matter. I've never experienced, that, so I can't really say, you know, I can't really speak to it because I've never been in that situation before, and I don't really know the mindset of a woman who is, you know, I can't, it's just something I can't really speak on.
Right.
I mean, I see it happening, but again, this is why it's highly, highly important that we're a little bit more serious about people being in positions of leadership.
Yeah.
This is why that is so important. And hopefully this jolted a lot of people to the point where when these elections come up, whether you feel like your vote counts or not, stop putting people in these positions of power that you don't want in
I
there.
think this is an example of where, damn, my vote would have counted for those people who think it. Because, like you say, you get the right people in there to support the right causes, and maybe the things you don't want to happen won't.
You have to put your people in there.
Right.
Like, so you groom up your politicians, and then the people who you know will lead correctly, you support them. Support them.
We got a lot of openings. A young lady contacted me. She finna be running for alderman, and she trying to encourage some more folks to run in these different seats. She sent me like a whole list. Like, people want some change. They want to try some things different. They want to, knock City Hall down and rebuild it. You know what I mean, on the inside. With these elections and campaign that's getting ready to come up, you got anybody in particular you paying attention to, or you?
No, I did have about two candidates from the 2nd district that came and actually introduced themselves personally. I do not, I'm horrible at remembering names. I'm so sorry. One was a male and then one was a woman.
The woman, you said 2nd district, that's Chevy Old district. Was it Aisha Griffin?
No, not her.
No.
I remember her, but no, not her.
I know she was running for that son.
I don't know if her name is like Nikki something. I don't know. It was I have her flyer, but her and another gentleman came to like personally introduce themselves.
Okay.
And I had some questions like, well, what should we expect if, you were to be in office? What is something that you feel like you do different? And, got the overall clean political response. I get it. But again, I think doing more of that, introducing yourself, just so, us as a community, we get more comfortable and know who you are. It is nice to know that some of these people they don't live far from me. That was, kind of relieving to hear. So any of the problems that we experiencing right there is like, okay, I know y'all feel that. So, what we're going to do, what are we going to do about it? But just to know we have those people there is beautiful. But
so you can go over there and knock on the door like, man, you heard them shots?
No, it's just going to be like, listen, let's talk about this. Because, what's up with these roads? My tire.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because somebody, because I just want to know who is in charge. Who in the city is in charge of making the final say, like, yeah, this road needs to be worked on? This, I just really want to know who, because I be yelling at my husband because he's, he works in construction sometimes, he's a carpenter, but.
Like, go fix the road.
And I just be like, what is up? And then he'd be like, it's not as easy as it seems. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, listen, they had all this time to fix this road, and it's just like, I can see how this, just little small things like that, like our roads not being taken care of, but they feel the need to keep building stadiums, tear down stadiums that didn't need to. Like, it's just when I see stuff like that, I'm like, that's kind of backwards. That's how is that happening? Our roads should be fixed first so that so we have a smooth transition. Driving on these roads, it's like literally pothole city. Man, I don't even feel safe walking across the road because I feel like my leg gonna get stuck in one of the potholes. Right. I just be curious to know, like, who is making, like, the final call, like, yes. And then the city takes so long to just repair, like, they're doing something on our road, and it's been, like, 2 months. And I'm like, where is the workers? Like, they just dropped all the equipment and just, like, left.
Like they went on strike.
But it's, like, I just don't understand, like, what
they just started patchworking the street in front of C-Notes, like they came through the other day. Dropping the little, asphalt rock or whatever you call it down in it. But
that do not help.
Man,
the little black seeds.
The Oreo cookies. That's what we call it. The Oreo cookies.
It
like,
do look like
Like they finna make a McFlurry.
And they just drop it in there like it's really gonna help. And it's like, now y'all know all these cars about to just come and just peel it right back. Why y'all just want to fix the road? Like, to me, that makes no economical sense. You have to pay that hourly worker repeatedly to keep filling up the holes. You have to pay for the supply. That, to me, that doesn't make any sense. Why won't you just do a one bam and done?
Right.
Fix the road. But I guess that's too much like right. That's too much like right.
That's usually the size of it. I've always looked at it like like they be playing with the budget. You know what I mean? Like, if you notice all the road construction started getting done, it seemed like towards the end of the year. Like right before it's time to check that, do the little audit or whatever and figure out what next year. Because see, if they give you, I looked at it like this, if they give you X amount of dollars to fix something and you don't use it, then the next year they ain't going to give it to you because you ain't need it. So I think that's why too. Then I think another reason why our roads be fucked up is like every time they need something and try to find some money, it seems like they go to the what they call it, the Department of Transportation Fund or something like that. Like they pull money out of there, and ain't that got something to do with the money that fix the roads and all that?
I don't know, but who has ever been in charge of it? Again, they have not been.
I want to see their bank account.
But I'm saying, what has actually been done? That's what I'm saying. It be stuff like this, questions like this, and I'm like, whoever is in charge, I'm sorry. The public needs to know a little bit more about this, because just for our roads to be looking the way they do, but then for investors to always want to go and build all this new stuff, it's like, no, that's ass backwards.
What about the road to get into the new stuff?
Exactly. You take care of the inner city first. Like, it's just like, and that's why I be asking, like, who is in this seat of power? They need to be removed.
Man, we're going to find out one day, because it damn sure ain't the people we be complaining about. It's somebody else.
No, it'd be the ones you don't see.
Yeah.
It's the ones you don't see.
It's somebody
stay out
else.
of public
Man.
eye.
That's one thing I noticed about politics. They found a way to make you blame the wrong damn person.
That's why I keep saying, like, who is responsible? Who's responsible?
They make you blame
gotta find
the
people
person.
responsible.
But yeah, we at the top of the hour, y'all. We're a little bit past. I know. You know how that go. It's Tuesday, man. It be like that on a Tuesday. Somebody somewhere got out this morning too, man. Welcome home. Y'all know the Department of Corrections in Wisconsin released state inmates on a Tuesday. Oh. So yeah.
Welcome.
Somebody got home. Somebody got home today, man. Have a ball. Stay safe. Don't get killed. Man, don't get revoked. Enjoy life out here, man. Somebody needs you. I'm going to get us over to the music, y'all. We'll be back at the 20. Check back in with y'all, see what's going on. The phone lines is open. You can call with questions, concerns, or comments. Or you can just hit us up for a music request, 414-502-9447. Let's go.
Peace.
Check out your station on the World Wide Web.
HitHeartRadio.com.
Clara heard gain scent beads could make her gain scent last way longer. But she wouldn't believe it until she sniffed it. So when her sheet still